Hello and welcome to a brand new season of Travel Stories with Moush. Before we kick off season 5, I just want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you. Your support has helped the podcast grow, win accolades, and climb the charts time and again. Please do continue to support and subscribe to the podcast because that is the only way we can continue doing what we are doing and bring you these incredible travel stories from around the globe. Well, the world of travel has changed drastically over the past few years, and the post-COVID world has reshaped the way we explore or how we explore. One of the biggest changes that we have seen is the rise of remote working and schooling. While some of us adapted to this pretty decently, some others took it to another level, like my guest on the episode today, Dani Wilson Naqvi. Dani is a champion of remote living and is also a curator of luxury family travel. And she does have some incredible travel stories to share, some also from her royal clientele. Let's dive straight in. Welcome to the podcast today, Dani, and thank you so much for joining us. And before I go ahead, congratulations on the new award that you won on being the most thorough luxury travel designer. So congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me, and thank you. Yeah, I'm very excited.
Very, very happy for you, and I'm glad we are doing this in person and not remotely, as you would perhaps like.
Absolutely, but thank you. I appreciate being here.
I'm really looking forward to your travel stories, all about remote living and working and schooling. But let's just begin with the very first, question of the podcast. Where are you taking us on a journey today?
Well, I'm very lucky that I've been on quite a few spectacular journeys over the last few years with my children. But there's one that sticks so much in the forefront of my mind that was so different. And it was sailing around Rwanda Ampat, which is also known as the Lost Paradise.
Okay, tell us more.
So we wanted to do something a little bit different, and we wanted to go to Asia, and we were going to do the Komodo Islands, which is very close to Bali, but we were there in February, and for that time, the best time to see the marine life and really have great oceans is in a place called Rwanda Ampat, which is a 5-hour flight from Bali. So we arrived in Rwanda Ampat and we meet our captain and we get on the boat. This is a big sailing boat, but it has an engine as well. Okay. So first thing that happens, we see all these dolphins. And we go off sailing and the dolphins are there. And as I say, we didn't really know what to expect. 10 days in the ocean, in a place we've never been to, but all we knew was marine life is great. There are all these beautiful islands. There's thousands of them. They're small. Some of them you can walk on. Some of them you can't. But it's the green and the blue and the most beautiful colour palette. So over the course of the next few days, we had no Wi-Fi. The kids would just wake up, put their bikinis on, jump over the side, free dive with the cameras and just see the most incredible marine life, turtles, fish, different slugs in the water, but they're greens and pinks and yellows and just absolutely vibrant colours under the ocean. And then one day they said, we're going to Jellyfish Lake. And we were like, is it called Jellyfish Lake because there's so many jellyfish? And they're like, absolutely. They are stingless jellyfish.
Stingless jellyfish.
Because there's no predators, so they lose their sting.
Oh, that's very interesting.
So we go to this island, little bit of a hike, and then we see this massive lake, crystal blue. As we get closer, there are thousands, if not more thousands, tens of thousands of jellyfish. So I was actually the most hesitant to get in. The children jumped in. And we were holding these jellyfish in our hands.
Wow.
And small ones, big ones.
And they didn't sting and nothing happened.
Nothing happened. I took photographs of the children and they're just immersed with jellyfish all over them, swimming past them. And they're so elegant to watch.
But this is so interesting. So nature has designed them in such a way that they lose their sting because there are no other predators around. So it's a natural kind of a process for them.
And they were beautiful colours.
I've never heard of
I
this.
I know. It was incredible. And we're just in the water and they're just over us, next to us. It was spectacular.
Incredible.
It is. But this is what, being out in nature and being so far away and just having such a really incredible experience. And we swam with manta rays, just spectacular.
And you were there on the boat for 10 days.
10 days.
And, because you're taking us on this journey and with all the people who are listening, and if they want to go to, because, sailing for 10 days may not be everyone's cup of tea, but what was the really highlight of your trip that, you would suggest to others that, hey, even if you kind of are intimidated about sailing for 10 days and staying on a boat for 10 days, which is that one thing you must definitely go there for?
So the marine life is incredible. I mean, coral reefs are untouched. What's so magical about it is, because I sell luxury experiences, luxury to me is space and time. A real luxury experience is slow travel, which people are doing now, connecting with families, and just taking everything in your stride.
Soaking it all in.
There's a few villages around and you'll even get the local fisherman coming up to the boat and he's in like a long canoe type boat with his fish in his ice box. And you buying them is giving back to the community and helping the community.
Yeah. No, that sounds beautiful. And thank you for taking us to this journey around Raja Ampat. And I am so intrigued about this whole jellyfish
I know, I'll show
area. I mean, but of course, you went to Raja Ampat. I'm sure you're so deeply touched by, that area of the world, that part of the world. But if you had to pick one place that you think that one must definitely visit at least once in their lifetime, apart from Raja Ampat, which one would that be?
To me, it would be Rwanda. Rwanda is a very humbling experience, very similar to Bhutan. I just got back from Bhutan. Again, when you go to a destination and it touches you to your core. But Rwanda, just the people, the nature, the terrain, everything was incredible. You can do a safari, you can do a water safari, then you can go and walk with the gorillas, which is just life-changing. But what they have done, you had two enemies, the Hutsis and the Tutsis. They are now, they killed each other, they fought, there was so much hatred there. Now they live together as one.
Yeah.
And when you see and hear how they talk, it shows that peace can happen anywhere in the world. And it's so beautiful to hear what, the government have done for the country. And then you get to see the gorillas in front of you. And I think I spent the first half an hour just in tears, crying at how these magnificent animals are right in front of you and you can sit as close as me and you are to a silverback, to the babies, to a family of 10, 15 in front of you. And it is so, so incredible to experience.
Yeah, it's a very humbling experience, isn't it? The whole Rwanda journey, I mean, from the locals to what they have been through to what they are today and how they coexist together.
Absolutely.
And then the animals.
And there was a property there that had been on my bucket list forever. It's called Bisati. I was so grateful to be there. I knew the story behind the property. It's a very sustainable property built by the local villagers.
Oh.
It was all handmade. So it's built on the village in the Volcano Mountains. So the view is of the mountains where you see the gorillas.
So Rwanda is that one place you definitely would ask people to go to if, you should have if you have that one place you must visit. For you, it's Rwanda.
I think Rwanda, but also a very close second is Bhutan. Again, the people, Buddhism, the religion, the way of life.
I think Bhutan is a whole new experience altogether. I mean, the way they live, and how they have sustained and maintained the place. I mean, without the skyscrapers and everything, and the fact that nature comes first, no matter what, I think is, it's so, and they're so respectful. Now, let's talk a little bit about luxury travel, because you are a luxury travel designer. You design all these trips for so many people, but also luxury travel has really evolved, over the years. What do you really think are the key trends in luxury travel for 2025?
So I definitely think slow travel. I know we're hearing it more and more, but it's true. And I'm seeing it with the bookings that I'm doing now. It's still multi-gen families, but they really want to experience and be together. And they want to slow down, and they're staying a little bit longer in a destination. And then the other one, which we're seeing so much more, is with AI.
That's another big word.
It is another big word. And I think we have to embrace it.
Yes.
But when it comes to booking it, I think you still need that human touch and that knowledge. So, for example, someone might say to me about a certain hotel, I will know which is the best room, how close it is to the lift, if it's in the corner, if it's got the best view. So you still need that human element. But I think a lot of people are going towards AI now. And I think we need to embrace it. We need to embrace it as a company and embrace it as a traveller.
Yeah, embrace it and use it effectively. I think that's the way to go. Now I want to move to remote living, which you are a champion of, which I said in the introduction. Obviously, the post-COVID world is a different world. A lot of families and people are, even today here in Dubai where we live, we love to work remotely, most people, and many organizations also have this system where they work remotely for a few days and then they go to office for a few days. Now, families also want to do that, like you have done this for your family. But as a travel expert, and because you've been around, traveling around and also remote living around the globe, which destinations do you think around the world cater best to families who are seeking to blend, remote education for their kids as well as, remote working? And so which destinations do you think cater best to this kind of a scenario for people?
For me, what we enjoyed as a family, and where I think my kids took a lot of knowledge, was actually being in Africa.
Okay.
To me, they got the most being in Africa. Their days were different. We were living in Cape Town. We took a house in Cape Town for a few months, which is my favourite city. And our days were different, but they still did their schoolwork. But we were hiking, sports, on the beach, going for lunches. It was just incredible. And then we did the safari element. So we were in the Okavango Delta in Botswana. They're learning about all the animals. They were very much learnt about sustainability and giving back to the communities, because a lot of the camps in Botswana, mostly all African safaris, but a lot in Botswana, all fund the local villagers, or the people that work there have artisan products that they sell. So my children helped with that. They met lots of different people. So they were ranging, they learned about animals. Then in the afternoons, back to their schoolwork, and then back out on a safari. The hardest was when we were on safari and they had an art project and I had to get some art supplies. That didn't happen. Look, you can adapt anywhere in the world. And you can use that environment as the children's classroom. So I think any city works.
Tell me in terms of experiences, like obviously, there is so much when we are in one place, there's so much we want to do, but sometimes we wait for holidays to do that. But for you, with your kids, with remote learning and going around these various places, tell me about an experience that you think enriched their life in a certain way, and which you then felt like, hey, this remote schooling has been an incredible experience for us.
I have a couple of stories, actually. One of them was more about their social skills. So when we were in Africa, we went on the Rovers Rail. It's the equivalent to the Orient Express in Africa. And it went from Zimbabwe to Pretoria. So you go through Kruger, you go through all the national parks, and it was 5 days.
Oh.
On a train, no Wi-Fi. Now, on this train, the children didn't want to sit in their cabins. Boring. They would go and sit in the cabin, which is the lounge, and talk to all the guests from all over the world. They were the only children on this train. I'm not saying their social skills weren't there. I just think they had to immerse themselves in that environment. So it was either talk to everybody on the train, or you're going to be quite lonely. And it was a really, really incredible experience to see that. On the other side, I think what has been incredible about their remote schooling is how they have to be more self-sufficient.
That's really nice. But now let's talk about something more exciting, or I wouldn't say more exciting. Let's talk about something I'm excited to talk about with you is your royal clients. I'm sure you've designed so many different, luxurious travel holidays for these clients, but tell us about the one very luxurious, ultra luxurious travel experience that you've curated for any client.
So I have to be honest. Yes, I do have many royal families across the GCC, but I don't ever really share much about it.
No,
Purely,
we don't want to know names. We just want to know the experience.
Purely because obviously it's very private. But I am going to share one story with you, which was from an Emirati family, which I think was even more incredible than doing a royal family holiday. And that was, I was asked to create a secret holiday.
Oh.
I'd never met this lady before. And she said, every time I travel, it's either me getting stressed out or my husband. It's our wedding anniversary. I want you to plan it, and I want it to be a secret. So it wasn't a crazy budget. It was just what they wanted for their anniversary, and I was going to make it work, whatever happened. So when it was all ready and she was about to go, I hadn't given her a ticket. She didn't know anything about it. I went to the house and had a parcel dropped off. And the parcel was the envelope to the tickets saying the terminal, but you couldn't open that till you were in the terminal.
But you did tell her what to pack.
So in the packing, I told her she needed a mask and snorkel. So she took that to Rwanda. No need for that. To get her off the beaten path, but also, walking shoes and things. But I put a few little gifts and a few little... You want to surprise them, but you also don't want them to...
Be shocked.
But to have an expectation where you need the element of surprise, but also to keep them... It's not going to be too worrying. Do not worry. We've got this.
Keep them interested.
But not scared. So she gets to the airport and somebody meets her, gets on the plane. She gets a letter to where, obviously now she knows where she's going because she's on the plane. She gets to Rwanda. Somebody meets her off the plane and they get straight on a helicopter.
So this is curating a trip to another level, basically, because all these small things,
all the small things. But she had no idea. But every day she was calling me, "This is incredible! How did you do this? How did you know this?" And then for the last night, we had a certain type of guitar flown in, and when she had her barbecue dinner, she then picked up the guitar and she sang to her husband, and they had lovely songs and just special moments.
That's really nice. That's nice. I mean, it's just not just luxurious, but also very sentimental in so many ways. Yeah,
absolutely. And then we've done 4 more since around Europe, different places.
Fantastic.
Just things that people wouldn't expect.
No, but it's really so nice to be able to curate these trips, especially when people have no idea what they're getting into. So I think that's really a very novel idea. It's very, very interesting. But now, tell me, we've spoken about a few places, but what I want to know from you is, in your experience, which are the places, or one particular place, if you had to name one particular place in the world, which is very underrated in the travel world and deserves more attention than it does currently?
I always say Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka relies on tourism, and there are so many incredible hotels in Sri Lanka. And the beauty with Sri Lanka, you can be up in the tea trails, you can be up in the mountains, and it's like you're in Switzerland.
So you think it's really underrated because there's so much that Sri Lanka offers, and we don't always get to explore all of it, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah. And people go, oh, maybe not Sri Lanka, but the food is great. You can do a safari, you've got the beach, you can go whale watching, you can go up to the mountains. There is so much to do.
So much.
But some people they'll say, oh, we're just going to sit on a beach. But there's so much more to it. And I try to just say to people, you know, don't worry about Sri Lanka. It's such a great, and the service is excellent. So I feel like it's underrated.
Sri Lanka, you think, is highly underrated and deserves much more attention. Yeah. And we just spoke about food. You said the food is great in Sri Lanka. So let's talk about that one place you think is a fabulous place to travel to just for food.
It won't surprise you.
India.
Cape Town in Africa. It is. For me...
I agree, though. Cape Town is incredible for food, yes.
The local artisans, the chefs, they're just so creative with food. And the beauty is it's not expensive.
I was just about to say that.
Every cuisine you can imagine. Being in Constantia and the vineyards, their food is out of this world. You go into the vineyards in Stellenbosch, amazing. French Hook, you can go down the garden route and you've got these beautiful properties. One of my favourite there is Grootbos. And Grootbos offer, it's a all-inclusive menu, 5 courses. Their chefs are so talented. The food is out of this world.
No, I can't agree more. I mean, Cape Town really is heaven. It's heaven even otherwise, as far as nature and everything else is concerned. But the food is just spectacular, and it is so cheap. Now, let's talk about your hidden gem. You know, what is your hidden gem?
So, one of them is a restaurant, actually.
Interesting.
Now, this is called Iris Restaurant, otherwise known as Salmon Eye.
Okay.
And it's a art installation in the ocean in the Norwegian fjords.
Wow.
So you have to get an electric boat to it. It's this incredible silver-like eye art installation. And you are surrounded by the most incredible fjords.
Wow.
It is hard to get into. I have got my clients into it. There's a wait list, but it is spectacular. I haven't experienced it, but that would be my restaurant hidden gem. And I think not really a hidden gem anymore, but it was Pasalacqua in Lake Como. Was actually 2 years ago voted the #1 hotel in the world. And I know exactly why. It's out of this world. It is amazing.
But it's not really easy to even get into the Pasalacqua because it's always quite booked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can get you in.
We know where to go. we know who to talk to.
Since it became #1, it has become a lot more popular, but it's just a fabulous, fabulous hotel. You know, being there right on the water's edge, taking out the boat and going to explore Como, it's just
But that's the
beautiful.
thing about Como also, right? I mean, it is highly over touristy, but if you know where to go, I think it can be a very, very incredible experience at the same time.
You don't have to go into Bellagio. You can do the nature work. When we go hiking.
There's so much. And you just have to kind of look around and do your research, I think.
Exactly.
Slow travel, like we said.
Exactly.
Okay, this has been so wonderful chatting with you, knowing about all these places. And before we go, I have my final question. What is next in travel for you? What's on your bucket list?
So we're going to explore more of South America. Costa Rica. I focus on sustainable travel, and Costa Rica is an amazing destination for sustainability. I want to
one of the pioneers, actually.
Absolutely. I want to take the kids down the Amazon. I want to visit the blue zones. We have 5 blue zones in the world, and one of them is in Costa Rica. I sent a client there last year, actually, and he just said it was magnificent. And go and do all, the crazy adventure, and then to Brazil and go to the falls and whitewater rafting, and just little bits of crazy adventure in South America.
I love Brazil. It's one of my favorite countries in the world.
Really?
Yeah,
So I
it
haven't
is
been yet.
incredible. And what I would say is when I was going to Brazil and people were like, oh my God, what's wrong with you? And my son was younger at the time, and why are you going? It's so dangerous. Honestly, nothing happened.
No.
Nothing happened. And the people are so nice, so nice. And we traveled extensively. We went there for almost a month.
Wow.
We went everywhere except the Amazon, because that's another month then.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was, filled with the most beautiful, nicest people. I was in Salvador, which is like known for its crime, but it was such an amazing experience. So,
and I think it's
you'll love
amazing you said that, because I always say to people, even when they talk about Africa, it's not safe. Anywhere, but right now, Barcelona, London, they're not safe.
Yeah.
You've got mugging all the time.
Yeah.
Just wherever you travel, be aware.
Be aware.
Dress humbly. Don't have
Absolutely.
lots of jewelry or designer bags. Don't have your phone swinging. And you're not going to be touched. You'll be absolutely left
And
alone.
I always say, talk to the locals. Talk to the locals. They will always, like for us, we met only the best Uber drivers. They
Amazing.
would just tell us, even if we wanted to go somewhere at dusk time, they will tell us, no, don't go there now. Go at this time or, whenever. But the nicest people.
Amazing.
It was incredible. Brazil, you must go.
Oh, you got me excited now.
Well, thank you
Hopefully.
very much. And I wish you all the best. I hope you get to go to all the countries that you want to go to in South America.
Thank you.
And continue making and creating this amazing, luxury travel trips that you do for your clients. And keep remote living, another
Thank
thing.
you very much. Thank you for
very
having me.
much and for all your travel stories.
Thank you.
And until the next time. Looking forward. Thank you everyone for joining us today. I hope our conversations have fueled your wanderlust and inspired you to explore the world in new and exciting ways. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And until the next time, safe travels and keep adventuring.